All right, guys, it looks like we are live. And welcome to the day, everyone. It is May 19th, the day of the Republican primary, or actually just the primary in Kentucky. So we're going to be looking at all the results coming in. The numbers are already starting to come in. So I've trying to been rushing, but having internet issues trying to connect and everything. But we are here. We're going to be here until, we find out who the winner is, basically. Unless, 5 hours goes by and then we don't know. Because then people got to sleep. But anyways, good to see everyone. We'll be here, like I said, until then. Message me if you want to join in, hop in. We can get you in the Discord. To have some commentary, wherever. I had a couple things to go through while we're watching these results come in. So it's not just going to be, looking at a map all day. But anyways, that's what we're going to start with. So you guys are actually going to see how to look this up for yourselves. So let's go in here. Or let's just go Kentucky primary results. And we'll just do this first because I tried to do some more research earlier today, but it's just too busy. All right, so this is what we got so far here. So we got 20% in, and it is not looking the best for our boy Thomas. We got 14,000 for Ed, 10,000, almost 11,000 now for Thomas. So that looks like about 56% for Ed and 43% for Thomas, which that's what the polls from a couple days ago were showing. So let's actually go in and check all the counties here. And so let's see here. Okay, so we have it says up there. So dark red for Massey and then pink for Ed. So it looks like pretty much every county right now is pink other than Mason County, and they're 95% in. Actually, that's a really good metric to look at because we got 95% in almost everything in, and we do have Massey winning. I don't know how that county usually goes, but I guess we'll have to see here. Because I want to go in and try to find some of the county results for 2024 and 2022. But anyways, it's not looking the best as of right now. But like I said, I don't know how these counties usually look. So the next thing let's go to, as you guys know, so Ed Thomas Massey, he's the libertarian-minded, conservative candidate, constitutionalist. He's been really good on most things. I'd say about 95 to 99% of things. So actually, let's just go to Liberty Score first. Liberty Score, Thomas Massey. All right, so let's go to the Conservative Review first, and this is obviously a score that shows how well you uphold not just Republican values but conservative values, values of limited government, stopping gun control, promoting free speech, that kind of stuff. He was a big player back in the lockdowns, and he was actually one of the main Republicans on the line, fighting all of the stupid lockdown and mandate crap that Biden was doing. But anyways, as you guys can see here, he's got a 96% Liberty Score, and so you can go down here and look at all of the different metrics they have. He's only got one missed vote. I think this is this session. So conservative votes 47. He's only got 2 liberal votes, which is probably the anti-war stuff. Let's actually see what it said here. Does not support gun control. Okay, repeal authorization. Oh, see, that's what it is. See, I knew it. Repeal authorization for use of military force against Iraq. So obviously he's in the line of anti-interventionist. So let's go back. Let's see if we got any more results in here. Okay, it's bumping up a little bit. So take a note here. So we're at 56% and 43% for Thomas. Let's see what it says when we see county results, which I guess is just down there. 30%, 6% in. So this is just showing what I was showing you guys earlier, all the counties here. So and then I was looking at this one. So 95% in Robertson County with 60% going to Gowran. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, look, there's only about 200 people that vote in that primary even. So that's why it's so skewed towards Ed. Yeah, because anytime you have a small voter base, you're gonna have wild swings either direction. Because just statistics wise, the smaller you get, the less likely you are going to be close to that confidence interval of knowing, based on the polling and everything, predicting, which candidate actually gets it. So 95% in here. Oh, that's not good either. 42% for Massey, 57 for Gowrine. Let's see here. Yeah, not good votes. I wonder if these are votes from today. I wonder if they haven't started counting the mail-ins yet. So yeah. Let's see if there's more scores we can get. So he's got a 96% Liberty score here. And then a couple things about his opponent, Ed, since he hasn't ran or been in office before. He won't have a score, right? Because there's no votes, there's nothing to base it on other than what he says. So, and what has he said? So there are a couple things here that are very noteworthy. So let's actually pull them up. So Ed Gowrine leaves Republican Party 2016. So this is what's been reported. Because apparently Ed Gowrine, he left the Republican Party right after 2016 when Trump won. It's actually the same thing that I did, but I have to bet that me and Gowrine are very different, ideologically. He seems like a fat neocon, Zionist shill kind of. Okay, well, we're not gonna be able to read that one, so let's see here. Okay, let's see here. I know Yahoo we're going to be able to get into. Okay. Oh, this was actually... Oh, let's watch it. This is what I was going to do anyways. We're going to watch all the things. So let's actually watch this.
And I approve this message.
Woke Eddie Gowrine and liberal out-of-state special interest groups have run millions in ads trying to tell you how pro-Trump he is. But what they haven't told you is woke Eddie Gowrine abandoned President Trump's Republican Party. A complete dereliction of his MAGA duty. Woke Eddie left the Republican Party right after President Trump won the Republican nomination in May of 2016. Just check his voter registration. That's right, Trump becomes the party leader.
Independent, you see there? He doesn't care about liberty, he doesn't care about the Constitution.
Eddie Gowrine turned his back on Trump and walks away. But it gets even worse. After Eddie Gowrine left Donald Trump's GOP for over 4 years, guess when he finally changed his registration back to the Republican Party? That's right. Only after President Trump was no longer in office and Joe Biden had become president in 2021.
I actually didn't know all the details to this. This is the first time me watching this.
Trump hater, a Trump traitor.
All right, give me 1 sec, guys. Let me share this out and let me make sure my audio is all good here. So just give me 1 second. I'll leave you guys on here. Let's see if more results are coming in. Okay, let us find my page. All right, let's share it out. Okay, we are shared out. Let's see what the audio sounds like. Okay, audio actually sounds pretty good, so we're just gonna leave that up. Okay, so let's keep going here. That was my first time watching that one. So yeah, as you guys see, so this guy Ed, he is no Trump loyalist, even though that's who Trump and all these donors are making him out to be. That he's some big MAGA guy. He is not. He left the party in 2016, became independent, and can't come back until 21. See, I never came back to the Republican Party. I've been a libertarian since 2016. Yeah, since Trump won the nomination. And I probably should have stuck with that. I probably shouldn't have voted for Trump, this last election, or because this would never happen. Yeah, we've gotten some policy wins, and there are some okay things happening, in some of the agencies. But I feel like the coalition would have really stayed together without Trump. We would definitely not be having this primary challenger against Massey right now. So that's one big thing that Trump took a big shit on us with here. And it really, this is a thought too that I'm probably gonna make a post about it tomorrow. But it really seems like, 'cause those first 3 months from January to about April, mid-April to late April, whenever the Epstein file thing started, it was great. Like, it was an amazing time. Like, we had Doge, he was cutting agencies. What was it? The AID got cut really really well. And this was all April, right? He was getting us out of wars and stuff. And then April, May hit, the Epstein files hit, which he ran on releasing, and now he's like, oh, I don't want them released. It's like, why? Like, what the fuck? This is what you were campaigning on. And that's the number one critique I think I have of Trump, is just everything that he ran on, he's going against the voters with. So it's like, well, what do you do? And the only people that back him right now are the MAGA loyalists who will just go do whatever Trump says, And there was this one meme I saw last week saying it would only take one Truth Social tweet. If Trump said, let's say, well, it's too late now, but let's say in the morning he was like, oh, well, I was just kidding. Thomas Massey's actually the constitutionalist, the one you guys want for the congressional district there in Kentucky. All of Trump loyalists would line up and be voting for Massey Day. The only reason they aren't is because Big Daddy Trump told them not to. And it's not about ideas. It's not about ideology. It's not about policies. It's all about, oh, do you go with Trump on literally everything, even the bad stuff, or not? Like Massey. And obviously anybody who's not going with Trump on everything, he wants to get rid of. I mean, even Lauren Boebert, one of Trump's most loyal defenders for years. Same thing with Marjorie Taylor Greene. But these people, for years, they were Trump loyalists to the end, until he started shitting on them. It's so disappointing. It's not just disappointing, but it's infuriating, because it's destroying not just the right-wing movement here in America, but right-wing movements all around the world. I mean, Trump is probably the reason Pierre Poilievre didn't win in Canada, And then there was a Dutch right-wing guy who I don't think he won either because of Trump, because their elections were all after, I think they were sometime in 2025. And mid-2025 is when he started losing all his support because he wasn't doing what the voters wanted. And that's what caused, all of these right-wing movements to just kind of fall apart. Anyways, I forgot where I was going with that. But let's take another look at the results here. Ooh. So they're really not changing too much. We got 44% in with 23,000 Thomas, 29% or 29,000 for Ed. So this would actually probably be a good time. Let's do something here. So let's pull up YouTube, because I want to watch all of the campaign ads. So let's look up here. So Massey primary ads. How would you even Massey? What would you call it? KY04 political ads. Let's see here. Let's see how many we got here. No, we don't want to watch that crap. All right. So here, let's watch another little video here.
Far-left trans activist billionaire Paul
I think I've seen this one.
Bringing his trans madness to Kentucky. Singer is spending millions to remove Massey. The gay
millions, 15 million, 15 million plus.
Over a period of time, I and my team became quite friendly with legacy gay rights groups, including hardcore Democrats.
Paul Singer is a major pro-gay, pro-trans activist who works with far-left hardcore Democrats.
And I became very interested in being a funder of gay rights groups.
Gowron doesn't share our Kentucky values. He is with the weirdos. And
He really doesn't. And if he gets in, his vote vote history, his vote tallies are gonna show that. He's gonna vote for all this bullshit, dude. He's gonna vote for every fucking big bill. He's gonna vote for all the Democrat social agenda that all the other Republicans vote for. Anyways, that was a good one. Let's see if we can find any of Ed's ads. Trump. Let's see what this is. No. Man, I just want to see. Ooh. No. That's Thomas. We might actually just have to go to his Facebook page. So let's look it up here. Ed Gowron. Oh god, can I just see the freaking page, dude? People. Ed Gowron, here it is. Okay. Is there... Okay. Maybe it's Ed Gowron for Congress. 'Cause I'm just trying to look up his freaking... There it is. Okay. I'm just trying to look up some of his ads, so people don't accuse me of just playing the Massey one. So let's see here. Let's watch this one. It's a quick little 15-minute one.
This is a real hero. Ed Gowron. He's a farmer, he's a tremendous war hero, and he's a great patriot. I'm telling you, that is the greatest candidate. Ed Gowron has my complete and total endorsement. This is a
While
real
while he says that Thomas Massey is the worst congressman in all of American history. Now I know that Trump's a blowhard and he bloviates and he exaggerates. He leans heavily on what's the word? Hyperbole, right? So I don't think he's I don't think he's like serious when he says that. But I think we should take him seriously because, you know, all the voters down there are seeing this. So let's see if he has any more. So that's Trump's vision. Okay, let's watch this one. Pete Hegseth. So Pete Hegseth is now campaigning for Ed Gowron. And some have said that this is a violation of the Hatch Act, which you're not, as an elected official, you're not supposed to help or hurt or hinder you know, political campaigns. Anyways, let's watch it. Let's give it a little watch.
Choice in this race. You can send a warrior.
He wants him so he can be a rubber stamp for his stupid fucking Iran war. That's why he wants him in there.
Reinforcements for the president in our shared fight against the radical left. Or you can send...
Oh, and again, for anybody that's watching, if anybody wants to come in, I have a Discord. If you want to have some commentary with me, let me know. Send me a message. We can get you in. So, let's keep watching this.
You can send a Navy SEAL determined to fight for President Trump's agenda and with his full endorsement to help save this country. Strength, clarity, conviction, and unity. This moment demands leaders who love this country unapologetically, like President Trump and like Ed Gowron.
Oh yeah, like Thomas doesn't love the country, dude.
Kentucky has...
He's... Because Thomas is a farmer too. He's an MIT graduate. Yeah, he's really. I think he got a degree in engineering and math. He's a really smart guy. He's built a lot of his own things on his farm or on his property. They're really cool. He's got this one thing called the Klux capacitor. It's something for his chickens. I can't remember exactly what it does, but it's crazy technical. And then he did, what else did Thomas do? He did a little pin for his suit where he would track the debt, the national debt, you know? That's a good one to pull up too while we're here. So let's see what the debt is. No, not the relief. I need the tracker. Cuz this is what Thomas is trying to save us from. $39 trillion in debt, going up what? Almost $1 trillion every month now? It's insane. Oh, it actually went down a little bit on May 13th. I wonder what that was. Tariffs aren't working. The policies aren't working. This Iran war is not helping. And this is what Massey wants to stop by not voting for the stupid bills like the big, beautiful bill. And that, I think that's really what got Trump at first to not stop liking Massey. Obviously, it was other things before that. But the main thing was him not supporting the big, beautiful bill in, it was either May or June last year. But this bill, it's like, so for just one example. So Trump, he pushes Doge, right, with Elon Musk so that we can identify all this fraud, waste, and abuse that's going on in government. And they found a lot. They found a lot of shit that we are wasting our money on. And so, you know, they are going through line item, canceling a lot of it. And then this bill comes up, the big, beautiful bill, this fucking omnibus piece of shit. I don't know if it's actually technically an omnibus, but anyways, it's a funding bill. And Thomas didn't vote for it because guess what it did? It refunded all of that fraud going to illegals, illegal welfare, and all of these fucking stupid programs around the world. It continued funding that when Doge had just found we shouldn't be sending that money out in the first place because there's people. I don't know. I'm a little frazzled at the moment, but yeah, like for example, like we're funding like dance programs in like Afghanistan and Pakistan. It's like, what are we doing? And then this bill, it just refunds it all. So it's like Massey is truly upholding the values that we voted for in the 2024 election, and why a lot of us voted for Trump is to get rid of this shit. And what happens? Trump forwards a bill just to refund it all, you know. Anyways, yeah. So look at that debt, it's going up. We're just a little under $1 trillion away from being $40 trillion in debt. It's fucking ridiculous. Anyways, let's go check on results here. So they've called it. They've called it, people. So they projected that El Garin has won the Kentucky primary. With how much in? 60% in? Yeah. Because, man, some of these just have not been looking good. But anyway, I guess they called it. So, I mean, so when they call things, they have on the back end, they have statistics going, showing them even if, you know, best case scenario, if Massey pulls off some of these counties, like as best as he could, he'd still lose it. So that's why they called it. So this, unfortunately, it does look like Ed Garin has won the primary. Oh, that's really unfortunate. I wonder what the margins are going to be at the end of it. That's really, really unfortunate. Wow. I thought I was going to be here a lot longer. Wow. So they really got to all the boomers in that primary, and they got them to support the AIPAC candidate. Oh, geez. All right. Well, that really sucks, guys. Thought I was going to be a little more positive. Oh, well. So anyways, so now that he's pretty much won it, I don't know if there's really any way to overcome an 8-point lead here with 60% in. Like that's pretty insane. Yeah. So since he won, that shows us that our elections can be bought. You just put in, you know, $15-20 million, you can flip a seat no matter what. So let's see here. I wanted to show you guys. No, we don't watch that. So let me show you guys one of these things. So look at this. So AIPAC tracker, AIPAC and the Israel lobby have now spent $15 million plus boosting Ed Garin and attacking Rep. Thomas Massey. $15 million and buy you a House seat. So we have Israel. Congratulations to Israel. They have another candidate. Yep. It is fucked up. Look at that. Not a single dollar from pro-Israel PACs. That's why they wanted him out, because they couldn't control him. And that's really unfortunate. So guys, I guess what do we do now? You know, now that he's lost, I wonder what Thomas is gonna do. Will he run as an independent? I think he should. I really do think he should, but I don't think it matters, because I think AIPAC, Israel, they got what they wanted out of this election. They've gotten rid of Thomas. That was their biggest fight. And so what's probably going to happen now, even if Thomas runs as an independent, he'll split the Republican vote, and then the district will probably go Democrat. Yeah, because I don't see all of the actual Massey supporters going over to Gowrine in the general. But let's look at a couple more here. Let's see New York Times, although I probably am not going to be able to get in here. So has New York Times called it yet? Oh, so they haven't called it. Let's see here. Let's go to AP. Man, yeah, I thought I was gonna be here for a couple more hours. They count their votes pretty quick over there. Yeah, and this is kind of what I was afraid of, because I was making some calls today and on Sunday, and I didn't get a single positive response for Thomas. It was all older people, but yeah, I got maybe 4 or 5 people on the phone, and every single one of them said that they didn't like Thomas and think that he should be out. Oh, let's see here. So, let's see. House. Oh, come on. Stop it. So let's look in District 4. Did they call it yet here? It does not look like AP has called it yet, but they probably will soon. This margin's pretty bad. Anyway, let's go look at the previous elections, how they compare up to this one. Primary results. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, so Ballotpedia. No, we want to go to... Now, where is the primary? No, we want to see the primary here. Primary election. Here we go. So this was the 2024 4th congressional vote here in Kentucky. The last primary, 2024, which had a really good turnout. Like there was good turnout in 24, and we only had 52,000 people voting. Now in this vote so far, we have about 80, just about 80,000. So what, we're already what is that, 60%? Yeah, 60% larger just right now. And you can see this is what money does. Because see, Thomas, he's got his pretty much whole base right there voting for him. See, almost 40,000 votes. He's going to get more, obviously, but this is his base. But yeah, all it takes is a little bit of money. Not a little bit, a lot of money to unseat him. So let's see here. Let's see if we can see the 20. So he won by a good margin there. So 75% to about almost 13. So let's look it up again. Let's go 2022. Let's see the Ballotpedia. Okay. So primary again, he won it 75% to 50. And these did not have big PAC primary money in. This is all, grassroots basically. That's what these primaries are. Man, they really got a lot of people to turn out for fucking Ed. That's nuts. Oh, okay, so AP just called it. 54 to 45. Damn, it might not even be close. Man. Let's look up the 2020 election here. See if there's a way we can go back. Okay, let's see. 2024. And see, primary again. Primary, Thomas beat out that one. And all of these, every single one that hasn't had AIPAC or millions of dollars dumped into it, Thomas won handily. Very handily. But, you know, you throw in 25 million bucks, yeah, you can get anyone in there. Oh man, is there even anything else to go over here? We already got the results. Well, let's go look up Ed Gowron for Congress. So this is gonna be the new Gowron for Congress. Let's go look at his platform. Let's see what he's going to be doing. Priorities. Unleash our economy. Cut taxes. Reduce it. Just so that's other words for I'll just rubber stamp all these big, omnibus spending bills. They're not going to cut taxes. They're not going to reduce regulations. They're not going to stop the reckless spending. Secure the border. Like, this is all stuff that Thomas wanted. Defend our gun rights. Thomas is already the best on gun rights, so this is just going to be an objective downgrade. And then the unborn thing, he didn't get no endorsements from pro-life Kentucky. He didn't get no one. Like, Thomas had all of the endorsements for this. Is that it, though? Is that all he's got? Does he have any, like... Is there any, like, real policy positions here? There's just nothing here. Man. Alright, well, let's scroll Facebook. Let's see what's going on. Projected to lose. Yeah, we're angry in that.
But let me say this clearly. There has never...
Mary Madelson, that's who won it. That's who dropped in 15 million bucks. Alright guys, I guess the results are in, so there's really not much else to talk about, other than just some closing thoughts here. So yeah, I do think Thomas should run as an independent. I don't think Ed should be anywhere near Congress. He's bought and paid for completely. He's going to be just another Israel stamp. And this is going to disillusion a lot of liberty-leaning and constitutional Republicans. For me, for example, I'm making the statement now, I'm never going to support a Republican ever again. Other caveat here, with exceptions being Rand Paul or Thomas Massie. Even if some new ones come in that claim they're of the same line of thinking as those two, I don't know. I don't trust them. Because we had a guy here we could really trust in his voting records, his ideology, and his stalwart defense of the Constitution and American liberties. So yeah, he should run as an independent. Just be a spoiler. That's all he can really do. And maybe he might even win the general. You never know. But I do think he should be running as an independent from here on out. The Republican Party is now Trump's party. I think that's clear from here. At least in the primaries. Let's see if Thomas has any statements. No, nothing yet. But yeah, anyways, yeah, so this was the most expensive congressional race in American history. And they showed that as long as you have enough money, you can buy an election. And I've seen this enough, you know, when I was up in New Hampshire, door knocking for one of my friends, in the Republican primary out there. It's like we had the energy, we had the enthusiasm, but we didn't have the money. And that's what it came down to. I didn't think, and when the polls came in, we were dead last out of 5 primary challengers. And the top 2 were the ones that poured in millions of dollars. And it just doesn't matter. You know, you pour in this money, you get enough video and TV ads out there, and you can really propagandize a lot of dumb people really quickly. But anyways, yeah, it looks like Ed Gowron's won. It is a sad day for America. And I do think this really shows there is no hope for the future for us. I think we are just going to keep going down. Yeah, we're just going to keep declining until, you know, we eventually collapse. And I don't think this is a new thing just because Thomas won tonight. No, I think this has gone on since about 2012, because that election, that presidential election, was really eye-opening to me, because you saw, you know, a candidate, Barack Obama, he had all these campaign promises of what he was going to do. He didn't uphold barely any of them. And then he threw all these, you know, racial attacks, saying that Mitt Romney is going to throw everybody back in chains, about this really milquetoast fencer, you know, Mitt Romney of all people. So and he still pulled that off. Obama pulled that off because of these stupid voters. And I think those stupid voters, they transferred over to the MAGA coalition because they weren't getting what they wanted through Obama and the Democrats. So now they've chosen a new idol with Trump. Yeah, we're just going to keep declining. But anyways, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I got to take a shower and stuff. I thought I was going to be here for a little bit longer. It's a sad day. But, you know, we just we keep pushing on. The ideas of liberty are worth it. The ideas of classical liberalism are worth it. Non-interventionism, small government, low taxes. We'll continue. It's just that this all makes it just a little bit harder for us. But anyways, you know, take it easy out there, guys. Don't get too disheartened from this. I mean, I kind of thought this is the result we were going to see today. So it's not super surprising, but it's what we got. Anyways, love everyone out there. Keep it spicy. And keep fighting for liberty. All right, guys. Have a good one.